Hello guys, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 with our Austria Hungary playthrough. In the last episode we went to war with Italy. Again. We had 2 turns, 2 battles before our allies, France and America, both joined at the same time. They are now present in the Mediterranean. We are blockading the Italians. The Italians have no allies to fuck this war up with any nonsense of deleting our VPs. And we are winning with a 4-to-1 ratio right now in terms of VPs. We are through what is theoretically going to be the hardest turns. We have a cruiser action just off of Sardinia. Be curious to see what this holds. This is a bigger cruiser action than I thought it was going to be. We have 4 heavy cruisers right here. It's probably like my first group. 2 more. We have 3 that are rebuilding and then 1 was destroyed. So this is basically all my heavy cruisers that are available. Something like that. Then we have 2 French heavy cruisers. They have their own destroyers that are on support. I'm going to put those on screens once I get in. And then we have a bunch of screens and support destroyers to go with our cruisers. Also, we have a light cruiser division as well. So this will be interesting. Wonder what we'll find. Hopefully not carriers in a cruiser action. That right there is not the first thing you usually want to see when you spawn in. Because that can only be a bad thing. And something's going to run through it maybe while I don't have control over my forces. They're kind of going around it. We have our main heavy cruisers here. We got the other heavy cruisers kind of just set to follow along for right now. Till we figure out what the hell's going on. I don't want my light cruisers in a screen. I don't. This may surprise you. But I don't want that. So, we're just going to have you guys venture off for right now. Just a little bit out of the way. We could see our opponents. What is all this crap, man? Are these mines? Are these subs? What? That's a lot, and I don't like it. We can see... Oh, God, there are so many of them. I'm not really sure entirely how I want to do this. Especially not with these light cruisers, who won't have exactly the same amount of range or firepower. But I'm going to get my heavy cruisers going up first. What is the objective here? There is no objective. It's just fight. That's it. It's literally just fight. One thing I have qualms with is that it's right-click to move the camera around, but also to pull up information. If you right-click while moving the camera around on an enemy, it pulls up information. It's not exactly what I want here. They're running away from me. They're just flat out running. Why are you running? Where are you going? You going back to Italy? I just got here. Can you not go back to Italy yet? Is that true? Do you actually have a battleship there? I feel like that's not true. Alright, send the light cruisers after. Ah, we might need to send the light cruisers forward nearly to actually start an engagement. Well, we have some forward firing at least as we're starting to get in range. Our forward guns can fire. Okay. Okay, now they're turning into something more resembling a battle line. Okay, I like this. Alright, now we have some good broadside firing going here. Look at this. This is much better. They have a lot of escorts and whatnot. I just have the other heavy cruisers following along behind to the best of their ability. Not too close. We have some recon overhead. Probably feeling out airstrikes. I kind of noticed that they've been doing that. They feel out the airstrikes before trying them. A little bit of a destroyer screen going ahead. These cruisers are really trying to avoid us. Now, I don't see any battle cruisers. That's probably the biggest thing. We fucked up their cruiser fleet in that last war. Absolutely fucked it right up. And because we fucked it up, they have less, right? Even if we have stuff rebuilding or whatever. They only made new capital ships, really. They didn't make new, smaller cruisers, so we should theoretically have a good advantage here. The heavy cruiser Marburg, which is one of ours, has struck a mine. Yep. Yeah, that happened. How did you hit a mine when nobody else that went through there hit a mine? Now my light cruisers are going to get hung up on that. Because it was right in the direct path I was taking that these guys were leading. And so the fact that just, took so long to happen is kind of crazy. I feel, do we need more minesweepers? I don't understand. I was maintaining a pretty decent amount of minesweepers. We'll have to look at this after. But there are so many mines at play in this. And my minesweepers are just not getting all of them. Maybe that's normal. Maybe you just don't get all of them. But I feel like there's more mines than usual. Which makes me doubt my total minesweeping capacity. Regardless, this fight right now is mostly just back and forth. Enemy aircraft approaching first cruiser division. That's not good. But we have AA, so hopefully that works out. We're getting some shots off onto destroyers and light cruisers, but I haven't seen us definitively hurt any of them. We are getting bombed now by dive bombers using bombs. The corvette, our Sedusa Ludovico, was hit by a torpedo. A corvette way over here was hit by a torpedo. Okay. That's special. Holy my god, look at all this. Well, look at all this. How much of this is ours? I have a feeling these are not ours because we don't have torpedo bombers, but medium bombers. I think this is a strike group of our own that's showing up. Look at this. Yeah, this is a strike group of our own showing up. I don't know where those torpedo bombers have gone, but we have a whole strike group here of, let's see. These are fighters. PB. PB is not medium bombers, but MB, PB. That's weird. I don't know what the difference is there, but 3 different groups of what appear to be medium bombers, and then 2 groups of fighter escorts. So we might hopefully get some hits off on them. Our cruisers from light to heavy are in just a giant mess right now, just because of needing to maneuver, among other things. Apparently, there's some ships down there. That might be what these guys are going for. Enemy aircraft approaching. Cruiser division, enemy aircraft approaching. AH division 31. Yeah, they're still just trying to bomb us. Maybe I could get some land-based cap over here. I went ahead and actually specifically requested it, just given the persistence of this. Usually, I find the land bases tend to handle that stuff pretty much well enough on their own, but I thought I'd give it just like a little bit of a nudge here, because they have a lot of planes. This is more turning into an air fight with ships just happening to be involved. And they're just continuously rushing towards one of their friendly ports, which has me believing we're never going to mend the range here. Oh my god, holy shit. Is this group all going over there? I think they're all going over there. Woo, okay, well, hopefully they can do some damage, because right now, I can't even catch up. The maneuvers have at least slowed them down, and now there's enemy aircraft approaching the Frenchies back here. They have a lot of AA. They should theoretically be fine. A lot of 3-inch dual purposes. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, they've, like, maneuvered to get out of the way, so we have to turn a little bit to kind of handle this. They're also probably turning because they're probably going to port. Up, and we're being bombed, so our whole formation is getting very weird again. Regardless... Oh, what are they doing? These maneuvers are so weird. Let's try to just continue to cut in front of them a little bit. The light cruisers down here are getting ahead a little bit. They still have their speed because they haven't been bombed recently. Some of them are still going forward. Some of them are turning around. Well, that's really interesting. Let's go ahead and see if we just chase after them. We're cutting them off from their port. We're occasionally getting shots in, but nothing too amazing. All right, here we go. I see some escorts here. And my light cruisers are in gun range anyway. My destroyer screens are going ahead. They may have thrown some torps there. I don't know. Our screens are in place and theoretically probably decently effective. And F strike. F strike? F. I'm so used to F being a fighter. Is this a fighter strike group? Alright, well, you know what? The French are probably here as well. One thing to think about, it's not just my planes, maybe. Maybe. But theoretically, there could be Frenchies here too. Okay, now there's more planes. These appear to be enemies. Enemy strike groups, yeah. Our heavy cruisers are all kind of together. I split them up at this point because they keep just going for the lead formation and slowing us down. My light cruisers are way the fuck ahead. But they just keep trying to bomb. That's all they're doing. Bombing. So, at least we're all kind of moving independently at this point. Some of these groups are so fucked up in their positioning. We're going alongside them, but they're not giving me a fight. They'd rather just try to get, like, home or something. And yeah, the light cruisers simply cannot get that far out of range. Unfortunately. Here, you come back here. Do I have that set up right? I think so. Are you coming? Oh, now that the light cruisers are by themselves, they're like, yeah, dude, let's fight about it. Send in the heavy cruisers, of course. Well, let's get our heavy cruisers moving up. They're just trying to get any cheap points. Because I lost sight. I got out of range, I guess, so I couldn't communicate with them anymore. We got some maneuvers on the Lisa. Everything's just struggling so much with trying to get up to speed. Take this off of AI control. What is happening here? Okay, they've all turned this way. So let's turn with them. Minerva cannot keep up. Do you want to detach her? Yeah, just detach the Minerva. That's fine. Is this her max speed? It's her max speed. Oh my god. What happened to you? Oh shit. You've taken some fucking damage. Log entries. 1,000 bomb hull hit, engines disabled. Ooh. Yeah. That's the Minerva. Minerva. Can I tell you to just, like, actually detach and go home? I think I lost that ability. Oh, man. Minerva got hit by another bomb from the air. This heavy cruiser has 100% damage on it. It's firing all its AA. It destroyed aircraft, yeah, but they're getting the bombs off, and this thing is not looking good. It's getting fucked up by these fucking planes, man. Bomb hits, too. Bomb hits. God damn. And it's already detached, so there's no otherwise telling it to go home or anything. It's going the max speed it can, but with this kind of flotation damage, it's at 100% counted damage. Don't know if there's any really getting out of this. I'm trying my best to chase after the enemy ships. We're not getting exceptionally, like, far away from our planes. They're just probably limited in how much they can send out. There's another strike group coming out. We are managing to get some shots off on them when they get a little bit close there. And we're occasionally getting some hits in. But the hits themselves are just so limited. They're so limited. Yeah, apparently we're burning through ammo somehow, so. Switch to AI control, yeah, that's fine. I don't know what you're doing or where you're going, but hopefully it's back to base because you're so fucking injured. These guys are just so insistent on getting away from us, there's no way to correct it. Send the other ones around this spot. You have to, like, treat that like traffic. We have our own airstrike coming in. I would hate to lose a heavy cruiser and they don't lose fucking anything. Okay, we're actually in range of something, this Trieste, which I saw one of their heavy cruisers got hit by something from our airstrike. This might have been it. We are getting in range of that. I'm charging some ships just directly at them. Ooh, sank an enemy submarine. Well, that's cool. That'll count because that's in a battle. This is not really the best angle for approaching an enemy ship and shooting at it. But I'm hoping because it just has so many ships firing at it, that might count for something. They're turning back around to their port. Yeah, they're turning back around. So let's immediately turn to the right, see what we could do there. And I'm just targeting this one heavy cruiser. They fucked up one of my heavy cruisers, and mine are worth more than theirs. Plain and simple. Mine are worth more than theirs. They already fucked this one up. I don't know what the hell it's doing. Nothing smart, I'll tell you that much. We need to, like, turn these guys around entirely. You two, you just go that way. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but a close pass wouldn't be the worst idea. I think this heavy cruiser is dead in the water. Lisa has less than half ammo remaining. That's fine. Just a quick pass in front of this, take some shots. Approaching France cruiser division. No. Sinking and on fire. Okay, so that thing's definitely dead. They got a big horde of ships over here that I'm going to try to catch up to the best of my ability, get in some firing range. These light cruisers will be in firing range first. Put them forward as, I guess, a bit of a screen, honestly. I think this thing's dying no matter what. Nothing really matters there. We don't need any torps on it or anything. It's sinking and it's on fire. I think I just heard torps. Yeah, someone's taking some, doing some torp hits. I want to catch up to over here and make sure they don't sink my ship. Enemy heavy cruiser hit by a torpedo. What a surprise. We need to slow these light cruisers down a little bit. They're injured. They can't maintain this speed. We're going to do a little bit of like a health checkup on the max speeds. -2 from max. Well, they're not getting the Minerva. They're just running back home again. So the Minerva has taken a fuck ton of damage, but it's alive. it's alive. I don't know how to tell it to go home. I don't know if that's like an order. I don't see a go home order. Once it's already detached, it doesn't understand how to do that. I can't do manual targeting. There's nothing that I can tell it, I think. No. Well, that sucks. Oh well. We'll just keep going for now. Chasing after them. Oh, it's almost nighttime. Now, it's funny because they could just get more invigorated. They could become more emboldened by the fact that it's nighttime. The Minerva has become manually controlled. Let's get you moving to Caligari at 9 knots. And I'm going to send everyone else over there as well and just see if we get home safely. So the scenario's over. It was pretty close. We sank a destroyer. Or no, we lost a destroyer and 2 corvettes. What? Lost 2 corvettes? What the fuck? What? We lost 2 corvettes. Status. Sunk. Yeah. 2 corvettes. Irini classes. ASW. And ASW class. Okay. Guess they were in the battle. Somehow. Just somewhere. Got hit by a plane or something. We sank an enemy heavy cruiser. So 1 ship for 3 small ones. But the heavy cruiser is worth more than them. They lost twice the aircraft value that I did. And I did pick up the survivors from that heavy cruiser we sank. So that's a marginal, it's a marginal victory. That doesn't really help we went from like 4 times winning to more like 3 times winning, but blueprints for Italian light cruiser. Okay. 14,000 tons, 32 aircraft. Yeah, I mean, nothing surprising there. Our land-based planes are doing good work since they're like so long range. I'm so happy to see those medium bombers too. They love to bring their torpedoes out, I've noticed. Because we got a lot of torpedo hits with medium bombers in that last fight. Not this one, the one before it, which might have been in the last episode. Regardless, reduced weight of diesel engines by 10%. This is for long-range ships, so it's kind of irrelevant for right now. Gradual improvement of armor quality. 2-phase search. I don't actually know what that means, but okay. Medium bomber is a private venture. Ours just got upgraded, so you're going to really have to offer me a good deal. Range is barely better. Speed is barely worse. Firepower barely higher. Toughness considerably worse. It does have torpedoes, which is nice, but no, this sucks. I like what we have. Corvette has sunk. That's not correct grammar, is it? Like, maybe it is, but sank. I see has sunk and my brain goes to has been sunk. If they wrote sank instead when it's yours sinking one of theirs, it would be so much easier to understand, so much quicker. Destroyer was hit by a mine. Mediterranean damage for 3 months. Well, thankfully destroyers are a dime a dozen, even if they are getting bigger. 280 VPs for blockade of enemy. My subs are on fleet support. They have been the whole time, so someone else is doing trade warfare, not me, but that's fine. A French submarine was sunk by by Italian forces. Okay. Now that we're not being blockaded and we're blockading them, we could try to get an invasion going again. Greece, set invasion target. I could have done that last turn, but I wanted to just build up a little bit of money. Damn, while planning that invasion, we have like no room to build anything extra, so we're gonna have to wait definitely to reactivate that stuff. We have some funds now sitting around. And this light cruiser needs a new commander. I don't see why not this. Well, looks pretty good to me. I look to see if we've maybe like passed them in tonnage with how this is going. We have not, but it's because they finished a new battleship. I haven't seen their battle cruisers yet. It's something they rely on so much, but it's pairing my heavy cruisers against theirs, my light cruisers against theirs. You see, we really win in that department. Battle cruisers we don't win in. They're still building more. We're only building 5, and they look like they're going for like 10. They look like they're going for the biggest battlecruiser fleet in the world. I'm surprised people are still building this many. It's the 1940s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident there was barely any battlecruisers being built at this time. Like, I'm pretty sure they were already considered obsolete at this point in history. So I don't know why everybody's building them, but so long as everybody else is building them, I kind of need my own to keep up. Just because of how this battle generation works. Oh boy, oh my, we have a fleet battle. I'm not looking forward to this, because this is where their battleships will come out. This is where all kinds of stuff. The good news is, even though I'm lacking in the battlecruiser department, 4 American battleships are going to be here. That's very handy. They have their own destroyer escort. Otherwise, it's like my heavy cruisers. It's basically all of my light cruisers coming in as screens of all things. You know, I'm pretty confident I have them set as supports. The game disagrees with me on the use of light cruisers. I like my usage of them. Screens are more for destroyers, if you ask me. Especially when you're trying to, you know, fire and not lose ships. I send them forward once the engagement starts. But 2 battle cruisers, all 5 of our battleships, which are all the Budapests, with a little bit of a refit, 16-inch guns. But they're small. They're small. The new Italian battleships are much bigger. But hopefully, with so many big ships in, being surrounded by our airfields, maybe we get some good kills here. Thankfully, the American battleships have their crew quality up. We have here the Georgia class. Now, are these all Georgia classes? We have a North Carolina. It's a North Carolina class. Okay. There's some differences here. But notably, most of these... Okay, this is a California. What a weird combination. Why does the AI do this? Put things of the same class together, damn it. Generally speaking, just about all of these American battleships are going to be better than ours. They have massive belts. They have way more displacement. They have at least the same amount of guns that we do. Tons of AA. Bigger guns for some secondaries. And their crew quality is up to snuff, and they have search planes. However, since they have such old ships in the division, they can only go 21 knots, despite their flagship here being able to go 29 knots. We're going a solid 24 with our engine-degraded, once 26-knot battleships. These ones had a boost. I tried to make them 25. They came out 26. Well, we know that there's enemies up ahead. We don't want to necessarily provoke them. We do want to get up our speed. That is pretty important. So I'm going to discover what these are. We're just going to send the Americans straight forward for now. Put these fucking things on a screen. Thank you. And then light cruiser, yeah, you should not be in a screen. Oh, well, they're already in range. Our couple of battle cruisers are starting to pepper up the front here. Ooh, starting to pepper up that front, all right. I am tempted to actually... Screen on Admiral's... Wait. You were screening a light cruiser division? What the fuck? You are a light cruiser division. Why are you screening a light cruiser division? Doesn't make any sense. I understand a heavy cruiser. I understand if you're screening battleships as light cruisers, okay? I would actually understand that much. You are not. I never told you to go to max speed, accidentally, it would seem. You guys... You're good for now. These guys, I might be putting these... They're too small for me to really deal with right now. So, where's my battleships? Battle division. Okay. You're going to go on support. And then you, sir, on support for the battle cruisers, just lacking a second battleship fleet I want you attached to, just to make this a little bit easier to comprehend. I do have that battle cruiser opening fire right now. They're going a completely opposite way right now to where I'm going, but I think they also kind of realize that. Yeah, small ships just probably go inwards. We want to get those big battleship guns. Oh, speaking of, we found their big battleships. Where the hell are we? Okay, this is going to be fun because we already see them. Their actual battleships are in front of us, so we were not facing a very good direction there. We might take some damage. Even the Americans in the back are, well, they're on the verge of getting in range. Well, yeah, they're getting in range, especially for these ones. That's good, because these Americans, they have some nice guns that they can use, and I want them to have a chance to use it. Oh my good God, I don't like what you're doing. Oh, I still have you on independent. Oh dear, you are way too close. I fucked up that order, clearly. I put you on automated, but I didn't tell you exactly what I wanted you to do. Regardless, at least... Well, this is where their battle cruisers are. God. I'm so sorry what I did to you guys. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. That was... that was an accident, I promise. Let's try to keep our firing positions with everything else. Okay, those smoke screens are a really smart idea. I'm very proud of them for thinking up something so smart. They are in range of the Americans, that's for sure. And the Americans have, I think, maybe a collection of guns? No, it's a lot of 16 inches. Look at that. That's 10 16 inchers, 12 16 inchers. What a weird layout that is. Oh my god. Okay. 9 16 inchers and 9 16 inchers. A lot of 16 inchers. A gun caliber I'm really happy with for now. My heavy cruisers are pretty close in. They're able to fire on like the battle cruisers and whatnot. But they're pretty outclassed here as well. I'm gonna skirt them inwards a little bit. Get them around some of the bigger ships. Like I feel like the heavy cruisers, dude, I'm just gonna put these on. Oh, they can't even be a support. That is so funny. I was gonna put them on support for the battle cruisers for right now, because I feel like that would make a lot of sense. Well, I could put them as a core to that if I just want to not deal with them right now. So a core to the battle cruisers. And I do have that set right. Yes? Yes. Okay, it's set right this time. And so our battleships are heading down with the goal of firing on their battleships down here. The Americans are mostly just trailing after us, but firing at the enemy battle cruisers, which battle cruisers are not made to fight battleships. So having this many battleships is something that I'm quite happy about. You know, the crews on these battle cruisers are not that good. These crews are not the greatest. A lot of them, they just kind of came out of the docks, you know? I'm gonna turn, hopefully not crash into anything, ideally, right? Now it's nighttime. Now this is fucking terrifying. There's going to be no way to keep this all together at nighttime. Especially not close to one of their docks. With the battleships firing, I'm hoping we've at least dealt enough damage to come out positive, just in case this goes badly. Because having the battleships was kind of our main strength. Alright, so it's over. I basically sent all my ships back after that. Somehow, we lost a torpedo. I don't even remember that happening. Or a torpedo? A destroyer. We didn't sink anything, unfortunately. But we were doing night raids throughout the entire night with air. And that led to heavy damage on an enemy battleship. And 2 enemy destroyers. Light damage to 2 battle cruisers and destroyers. That at least put them in to repair. A lot of our ships are not going into repair from this. Especially not our battleships. Especially not the American battleships. They failed their objective to sink 2 ships, so they lose points from that. Or they just don't get it. We came out with 2 times roughly the actual score points there. The victory points going in our favor in that regard. Although it's more of a 2-to-1 ratio right now. Instead of the 4-to-1 we had earlier. The whatever the fuck authorized an additional war loan, naval budget increases. That's good. Negotiated peace with border disputes in some of their colonies. No. Because we're doing amazing. Yeah. They founder, I think you mean flounder, on mutually unacceptable demands. Weight savings in hull, increased submarine attack value, increases ASW capabilities, heavy anti-air effectiveness. Our submarine has torpedoed and sunk an enemy corvette. A corvette has sunk the enemy submarine. It's a mine-laying submarine. That's good, because a lot of mines. Case in point, our light cruiser was hit by a mine, is in the dockyard for 4 months. Okay, VPs from blockade, pretty good. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough mine layers. Looking at it this way, this is my mine laying capacity. This is only giving some of my destroyers, light destroyers, mine laying capabilities, a very small amount, and we can't even handle that. We're not competing against our own, but assuming they've done this or more, this will explain why we're getting hit by so many mines. We need more mine layers than we have. We have 12 of these mine layers right now. We're gonna need, or mine sweepers right now. We're gonna need a lot more. This is an outdated design. I'm in the middle of war. I really can't improv this unless I do really cheap, tiny corvettes. I think the path I'll take is just keep sinking their ships and reducing their mine-laying capability that way and handling it like that. Maybe France has some minesweepers in the area anyway. I don't know, but we do have a nice full episode. This war's going pretty well, even if their bar just went up there. More and more Americans are flooding into the area, even though we haven't seen any independent engagements, unfortunately. And the French are pretty well present, maybe gonna send more, given that this bar is going up. Oh my god, America's bars are so high. They could crush Italy by themselves. I wish they would. For now, though, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.